Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between PtitDrogo and Bunny on Frozen Temple. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player, it is Bunny! And in the top left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player, it is PtitDrogo. So another TVP for you guys, a lot of TVPs from the DreamHack Open that wrapped up a couple of weeks ago. I was running low on that matchup, so I'm really glad there are a bunch of these replays. And for those of you who are a fan of this, then you are welcome. Alright. So, opening up Barracks first. I'm assuming this is a gateway. Yes, it is. Neither player wants to open up Expansion first, which I cannot blame them for, because if there's a proxy, if there's a double Barracks or a double proxy Barracks, then PtitDrogo would be dead if you open up Nexus. Just playing it safe on a high level such as this. And we'll see what happens from here. I'm going to assume there will be a cybernetics core at some point. And let's see if we get it a command center or a factory next. I do love the scouting probe here from PtitDrogo. More players should do this. I'm always really happy to see it happening. And yeah, just getting a quick look around, seeing there's nothing really too interesting to see. Just a barracks, single refinery, likely going to be a Reaper based on the timing on that gas here and the amount of gas that's available. Look at that timing. Woo! Perfect timing from Bunny. Getting that 50 gas out, exactly what he needs to get the Reaper up. But again, the probe has scouted this. Probe knows what's coming here. And immediately what is coming out here from our Protoss player. Again, there's no panic. He's not making a Zealot. That's going to be useless against a Reaper. I would be shocked, though, if he doesn't make a Mothership core immediately as soon as the Cybernetics core is complete, just because that does a very good job against those. Taking an expansion, though, again, not going to let that early Reaper dissuade him from his plan. PtitDrogo is an extraordinarily solid Protoss player and somebody you should all try to emulate, at least those of you who play Protoss on the StarCraft 2 ladder. So Reaper heading on out. Again, this Reaper, we're going to call him Roger. Roger the Reaper. Boosting on out, and he knows that his previous brethren have not done super well in this matchup in the early stages of the game. There might be a Stalker out, as there's one coming out right now. There might be a Mothership core out. Usually they die without getting a single probe kill, but the scouting information is what's important. So he relays back to home. There is a Nexus. And he pops on up and gets a KD8 charge on in, but that Mothership core pops out just in the nick of time. Oh, but he gets the probe kill! And he lives, and he survives with his life. Look at him go. Look at him go. He's looking for another probe he can kill, but there's not one. Unfortunately for him, he decides to back on out as the Mothership core is hot on his heels. He can see the shadow. He can see it. He thinks back to his wife and to his kids and says, "Kids, I might not make it back to you, but know your father got a single probe kill in the great battle against PtitDrogo in 2016. Yeah. Alright, meanwhile back here, there is a factory popping up. There was an expansion first, though. Bunny doing pretty much the same thing that his opponent is working on. Income tab, 27 to 24. Again, Chrono Boost is pretty darn good. Looks like PtitDrogo is Chrono Boosting workers out on both of his Nexus. He's playing for more of a longer macro-style game than it's a quick 2-base attack. Would not be shocked if he goes for a third Nexus at some point here. Roger the Reaper just hanging on out, trying to see if anything comes out of this base. He's just going to relay that information back to home. If it's going to be Adepts, if it's going to be Stalkers, but it looks like PtitDrogo is content just to play defense. Yes, he has a couple Stalkers bouncing around. This one's on patrol. One of the shortest patrols you can make in the game right there. He's going to get really dizzy. Finally, he is told to stop patrolling and just hang out. And double gateways coming out in positions that are not easy for Bunny to scan. Bunny will scan here and see the Twilight Council, but won't see the additional gateways. Meanwhile, Mothership core ready for an attack. Again, could be Hellions, could be more Reapers. This Photon Overchargeable Pylon is something that's going to play into the defensive plans here. But again, both players are just super passive at the moment. There's a Liberator popping out. This is before the patch. This is before the patch. That tells us that Liberator attacks versus non-light units are nerfed. So this Liberator can still do very well against Mothership cores, against Warp Prisms, against Phoenix, against Void Rays, against all number of things, and getting a tank as well. Blink being researched. Is that another Nexus? It is. There's that third Nexus. Why did I sound surprised there? I knew what was happening. Third Nexus coming up from PtitDrogo. And Roger the Reaper going to pop back on. No, the Stalkers caught him. Run, Roger. Run. No, Roger. In a gout of flame, an explosion, and a splatter of blood, he is dead. He will never return to his wife and his family. But he did get that probe kill. His name will go up on the Great Wall, remembering Reapers in TVP matches from 2016. Worried about some Warp Prism harass, possibly some Adept harass, which is what these Marines are for. Getting a tank out is going to help immensely with certain situations such as such as Stalker, harass there, as the Crucio shot cannon does 50 damage versus armored as Stalkers are. Both players really worried about getting dropped here. Oh, I guess there is a Liberator, so that's a problem. Does have 3 kills. Stalker can't quite get to an angle to take it out. That is so darn unfortunate. He's waiting for Blink to finish, I think. No, just going right on in. Losing a Stalker. Losing one more Stalker. Another Stalker. But that is it. Just 2 Stalkers for a Liberator. That's probably a fair trade, but losing those workers, not a good feeling. Resources lost 725 for PtitDrogo, and Bunny has lost 400 total. And 2 units, a Liberator and a Reaper. So here comes that Stalker push that Bunny was worried about. But again, the tank count is 2. The Marine count fairly high too. The Marines do pretty darn well against Stalkers, at least in high numbers. Blink just about to finish. PtitDrogo bringing that Warp Prism along. Going to try to actually warp an additional Stalkers and get up in the main base by warping up here. Again, the Observer helps with that too. Taking the tank fire shots and then blinking back. Woo! He says, I did not sign up to get shot at by tanks. No sirree, Bob. And as a result, he just slinks back just a little bit. Does kill a scouting Marine there. So we hear him go, They always sound funny when they die. But PtitDrogo is keeping Bunny off of that 3rd base. Yes, it's here, but he can't really land it with the Stalkers threatening the front. I love this play from PtitDrogo. The Blink Stalker attack is following it up with a Robotics Bay and another Robotics facility here. Just trying to snipe some stuff off. Did they snipe down a medevac or a tank there? I wish I could tell. Anyway, I'm not going to go back, though. So here come the Marines, here come the tanks, getting some shots off, scouting, and trying to land with that command center, but more Stalkers warping on in, trying to kill that thing, and it does just keep flying on by that landing spot. So PtitDrogo kind of wins the day with that one. Might just try to get up into the main base here while the army is busy at the front door, and here he goes, the blink into the main, and whoop! There it is. Oh, the Cyclone tried to get the Warp Prism, couldn't quite do it at all. And Stalkers stutter stepping their way on through, taking out Marines, taking out SCVs, and then going home. Patience on display here by PtitDrogo, something I always talk about in my casts. Another dead SCV, the tank fire, though, on the high ground. Great positioning by Bunny. PtitDrogo has delayed the 3rd. It did kill some workers. 3 to the 4 that Bunny has killed. So he feels he's doing all right income-wise. 67 to 55 harvesters. 67 workers already for PtitDrogo at the 7-minute mark. That's insane. So now he's going for Disruptor play. All right, good. We have seen some Disruptor play recently here in the TVP matchup. Actually, was that a TV or a ZVP? We saw that. Anyway, Disruptors haven't been super popular as of late, but they're starting to make a comeback, obviously, as double pumping Disruptors is what PtitDrogo is working on right now. Warp Gate research being applied to these gateways to make them Warp Gates. Combat Shield and Stim a little bit late here for our Protoss friend, or our Terran friend rather, but that's okay. Getting charged for Zealots is PtitDrogo, double pumping Immortals now and getting a Templar Archives. So he wants some Archons. That's my understanding. I like the scouting spread that he has too. He has someone over here hanging out. He's got this guy holding the watchtower. He's got an observer along the right side. He does not want to get dropped. He does not want Liberators to come take him out again without him being ready for it or prepared or knowledgeable. So, excellent play by PtitDrogo on that regard. I do also love the charge. Zealots are so much more efficient when they have the charge. The upgrade does come from the Twilight Council here, as we can see, is being chrono boost. It's a long upgrade, 100 in-game seconds, which is an eternity in a fast-paced game like StarCraft 2. Going to go ahead and knock down these rocks, the Marines and the Marauders, with +1/+1, working on +2/+2, and concussive shells on the way for the Marauders. Again, it's a little bit late, but more of the macro style opening from both of these guys. I just feel like PtitDrogo has the advantage right now. I mean, it's 67 to 69. Whoa! Whoa, Bunny really caught up there quickly, so never mind. It's 3 base to 3 base, essentially even economies right now, which means the Terran with his more cost-efficient army of Marines and Marauders and Medevacs should be in a pretty good spot here against PtitDrogo. The army size is 88 to 91, 93, but Bunny does have the lead and is starting to extend it just a little bit there. Did he just scan? I think he scanned and tried to kill an observer, but the observer's here. Oh, observer, you almost died. You do not know how lucky you are, or maybe you do know. Ow! He knew for a second, then he lost it. What is that? That's a pylon heading up there. There is more warp shenanigans happening here from PtitDrogo, making sure another base is not taken, or maybe trying to run in. Oh, Warp Prism here in the main base while the Zealots do some damage down here, and there's a single tank, but the Zealot using the charge to get up on top of it will die very, very quickly indeed. And in here, the Adepts getting sniped down by a small group of Marines and Marauders left behind just for that purpose. But actually going to force down another command center. Can Bunny get the cancel? No, doesn't get the cancel. Big attack up here too. Trying to force a cancel on that base. Not going to happen. Too many Archons, too many Zealots, too many Immortals and Stalkers here. Run, run, Medivacs. Don't get sniped down by the Stalkers, and does manage to survive just barely. But this Zealot was alive for a second, and then the Liberator took it out with 4 kills to its name. 13 SCVs died there. So it's 16 workers killed to 4 now in favor of PtitDrogo, and chasing all the way home is PtitDrogo. Upgrades on these guys. +1/+1 for the Protoss. +1/+1. Almost +2/+2 for Bunny, but not quite there. Defender mode sets up. That circle is so intimidating. Even if there's only one, it hits like a rock, and everything the same too, right? You can't just be like, well, it only does extra damage against armored. I'll send some light units in there. Nope. That is an 85 damage per shot across the board from that Liberator. She's peering into her little scope in defender mode. Again, the 3D portraits, really fun. One of the things I do like about this interface, yeah, there's less real estate, less ways that I can see what's happening, but this adds a little bit of flavor and fun to the game as well when we watch it. Liberator trying to come up, but gets scouted by the pylon. PtitDrogo, you were doing so well here. Is that a cannon? Oh, a cannon going to finish just in the nick of time. Photon overcharge, ready to rock too. That Liberator gets too close. It's going to be good night. Just checking to make sure the Liberator is there. And setting up outside here is PtitDrogo. I think he might try to Warp Prism his way in down here again while attacking from the top, forcing Bunny to respond one way or the other. These multi-pronged attacks have been excellent. Oh no, look at all these dead SCVs. Look at them. Zealot, you can see them, right? Anyway, big old attack right here. The Archons in the front, the Immortals in the back doing terrible, terrible damage. Nice flank, though, by Bunny, chasing everybody away. Immortals in the front, not where they want to be. An attack is getting cleaned up. The Archon on the right side explodes there as well, but a big Zealot attack here in the main base. Trying to kill buildings, trying to kill SCVs. Good stutter step micro on display here as well. The Liberator heading home to defend against this thing. Another warping of Zealots is killing more and more SCVs. These long-distance mining SCVs are actually getting hacked to pieces by this +1 Zealot. +2 almost there, but not quite. The infestation in the main is almost gone, except for the Zealots cleaning out supply depots, which is excellent. Exactly what PtitDrogo wants to do here. Killing workers also pretty good, but you know what? Bunny says, forget it. Forget this. I'm going for it. I'm going to push right up the middle here. I understand, and I estimate that PtitDrogo does not have much of an army left, and he's right. 39 army supply to 106, and here they come. A few Stalkers, a few Archons. I'm not sure this is enough. If Bunny is patient, this might just be the end for PtitDrogo. The Archons trying to come on in here, and then just standing inside the circle, taking shots. One dies immediately. Purification Nova, big time hit. Big time hit on the Nova, and another one too, catching a couple units. Some do get picked up and boosted out by Bunny, but not many there. And another Stalker falls. This +2/+2 army with Stim, with Combat Shield, with Concussive Shell just does so much damage unless you can take them out. Liberator, oh, the Disruptor gets sniped on down. Both of them die. Not great micro on display by PtitDrogo. Unfortunately, the Zealots absorbing damage, but not getting many kills as they're forced to run on back home. Probes dying here to this Liberator harass at the 4th base, completely shutting this down. Some Stalkers come in and try to deal with it, but more and more Stalkers here with a +2 attack. Purification Nova, nice hit there. Not a great split by Bunny. This might be how PtitDrogo gets back into this game because he's in a lot of trouble right now. The Disruptor's walking into fire, not how that's going to happen. Oh, PtitDrogo, do not suicide your Disruptors like that. It hurts me. Yes, I'm a Zerg player, but wow. That is not a good feeling at all. Walking through this mineral line, the probes are forced to flee for their lives. The Nexus might just straight up fall here. Archon's getting killed before they can actually pop. Ooh, almost at the exact same instant. The reinforcements streaming across the map right now. The stutter step on display, 89 to 122 total supply. 10 probes have died recently here. The Zealots trying to kill what they can, can't quite pull it off, and forcing a full retreat there by Bunny. But round 2, or is this round 3, is back here, killing more and more probes. Getting back behind that mineral line, trying to focus down the Disruptor. They do manage to get it there. Oh, PtitDrogo. So many dead Disruptors. Another attack up here, sniping down everything down. Every single worker at this 4th base. It is now currently, according to the income tab, 51 to 52 Harvesters. Both players have lost a lot, but army supply 31 to 69. Bunny takes down the Nexus. He's moving on to this next one here. All that's left are a few Gateway units and a couple Archons. I don't know if this is enough. Sniping down Medivacs is the best thing that PtitDrogo can do right here. Purification Nova, pretty good hit, and I better split there by Bunny, and that's it. A GG from PtitDrogo. PtitDrogo is defeated, Bunny is victorious, and PtitDrogo has left the game. Wow. So I thought PtitDrogo was in a pretty good spot. When he pushed up here, he killed a ton of workers. He got into the main base, but Bunny did an excellent job keeping some units behind to deal with just that eventuality. He killed a lot of stuff and didn't really lose many of his army units. Again, he lost a ton of workers, but in the end, he knew that PtitDrogo had lost more army supply. So he did the right thing. He pushed right up the middle. He was patient. He sniped down those disruptors, big time hits there, made this Nexus explode, killed a ton of workers in the last couple of minutes there. Workers killed 28. 28, most of those coming in here and in here. Just again, the multi-pronged attacks were responded. Let's see, were the response from Bunny in response to PtitDrogo's earlier attacks, and it worked out for him. So, well played by Bunny, well played by PtitDrogo, but the Terran gets the win today. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.